Introverts of Reddit, what social interaction makes your battery down to 0% immediately? Anywhere where there is loud noise or a lot of noise. Backquote, hey let's get a drink. You and me. Backquote, sure. At the pub. Backquote, oh. When I said just you and me, I actually meant you. Me and my friend from uni, that you don't know, but with whom I go way back, and will talk to all night while ignoring you. And then I'll fuck off for an extra long piss, leaving you two alone to the conversational equivalent of a hedgehog fucking a tortoise. When my social battery is running low, so I try to leave in order to recharge, and get some room to breathe, but then people insist that I stay or make a comment about how I'm such an introvert, because I'm always leaving for my room. Instantly kills whatever intention I had of coming back. It's irritating being called out like that. Similarly, when I was growing up, and had family over, we always had family over. It wasn't like it was really a rare thing, and I'd come out of my room and someone would say, oh, so you're finally going to be sociable now, and that reaction was why I was dreading coming out of my room in the first place. Like, if you want me to come hang out, don't punish me when I do it. Office team buildings. Any employment related fun. Family gatherings. Arguments can drain me from 100% to 0 real fast. Confrontation in general I would say is my arch nemesis. It's even worse when it's a pointless one. When you're at a party where everyone else knows each other. Work. Customer service has made my skin crawl since day one, but it pays the bills. That's awful. Do you have to deal with phone calls? My social anxiety doesn't let me pick up phones with unknown numbers. Unexpected people at a gathering, or many people coming and going. My in-laws seem to always have lots of random people living with them, and you truly never know who's going to be at their house until you walk in the door. I can't prepare myself if I don't know how many / which people I can expect to see. My mum also tends to bring random people with her when invited over. Well, they were at the house when we left, and they wanted to come too. I hate having unexpected strangers in my house. It instantly takes away the feeling of it being my safe zone. Probably not surprising that I don't invite my in-laws over very often, and it's extremely rare that I go to their house. They wanted to come too, because Mill invited them, told them it would be fine, and that you have a more the merrier attitude, bath, and that it would be fun. Turns out it's completely awkward. You're pissed off, stressed and uncomfortable. The guest is uncomfortable, and Mill is oblivious. She's fine with letting anyone and everyone in her house at all times. So of course everyone else feels that way too. I have family like this. They have no concept of boundaries. Going along to an event as a backquote +1 foot, and having to make small talk with all my friends' friends. Running into an old friend you've grown distant from. Like, do we acknowledge each other and have a full-on conversation, or do we just do the head nod and move on? The pretend I didn't see that person works too. Bonus if they also pretend they haven't seen you. Everyone wins. Going to any store when it's packed. If I see a store or restaurant that is too crowded, I just leave immediately. I just refuse to deal with that. Let's go around the room and everyone say a little something about themselves. Now everyone get into groups of 2. Looks around room. Everyone has somehow already partnered up in 10 milliseconds flat. One-sided conversations. The first moment they talk over me or interrupt and don't sorry I interrupted, what were you saying me? My battery drains instantly. Yeah, that. If I have to dominate my way into a conversation by speaking over you until you stop talking, then I've got better things to do. Anything after work. Work is draining enough. I don't understand how people make plans after work/school. I run home to eat and sleep. I'd be tired if I ran all the way from work too. Dad, get off Reddit. Going to places and then more people being there than I expected. Just a couple days ago I had plans for me and 2 friends to just chill at my house, and somehow I got roped into going somewhere else with 5 or 6 people. I spend most of the time hanging back on my phone. Why are you shy? Why don't you talk? Thanks for the awards. You don't say much, do you? Are you not happy today? When the really sweet fast talking 13-year-old girl across the street sees me out front and comes over with yet another little bracelet she has made for me. I don't hear well, in addition to being an introvert, and her chirpy little voice is incomprehensible. I don't want to be rude to her and would not hurt her feelings for anything in the world, but don't want to be her grandma, so it's very stressful. Kids are usually very receptive if you just explain what your problem is. I'm sure if she's sweet enough to make you bracelets then they'll happily understand if you explain your hearing issue. One-on-one interaction, where I'm sort of in charge. Anytime I'm leading around a new hire or intern at work and need to take them around all day, take them to lunch, etc. Exhausting. Being on point and being responsible for another person's experience of their day is just so much pressure. That's it for me. 2. New trainee day is the worst. There's a stranger. I have to interact with them one-on-one all freaking day. I genuinely care about them and want them to do well. I know that their progress depends on me, at least somewhat, which means I need to do well, but especially when it's halfway through the shift and I need a break. Am I doing my best? Training is usually followed up by a one-on-one meeting with a supervisor about the trainee and their progress. Please just let me crawl into a beer. Your bullet point game is on point, sorry. Definitely when you can't get your words into a conversation, you make an honest effort to be more outward, but people talk over you, and you just give up. Having to engage in small talk really wears me down. Like 2 sentences in and I'm exhausted. I love deep conversations, but small talk just kills my soul. Helpful advice that is really just a bunch of judgments of your life choices in disguise. Also, any conversation where someone starts suggesting an essential oil blend will solve all my problems. It would have taken less effort to just say all interactions with my mother-in-law. I used to have acne, like a normal teenager, and everyone tried to help me. I never asked for help. That's the worst. How can that do anything but make you feel more self-conscious? Yeez. And guess what, drinking more water doesn't help. Or some magic cream. Sometimes relatives are the meanest. How's school going? Honorable mention goes to, do you have a girlfriend yet? I'm focusing on finishing school right now. I'll get a GF after. Meanwhile the reality is that you're doing shit in school and you got no game. R/2 Mirror 4 Mirror. First day of a new school. Like your new college classes and you have to stand up and say your name and what superpower you'd have if you could. The ability to make you skip me, he said in his head. In-laws. When people say something snide and I can't for the life of me tell if they were joking / sarcastic or serious. To expand on this, any social engagement where I can't immediately read the intention of the interaction. Are you mad at me? Just tired or bored? Should I try to be more entertaining? Was that a joke? Are you trying to kindly tell me you hate my life choices? I need answers, damn it. Large parties or anywhere with booming music and drunk people. Yes, I can handle groups just fine, but all this loud music and the shouting gets me in 10 minutes. Listening to someone boast, being on the receiving end of an extrovert monologuing, in a social situation, where I need to play along / be friendly, and engaged for whatever reason. So why are you so quiet? Being taken to a club / party, where I know no one. Someone commenting on how much you talk, either wow, talkative today or X is quiet. It's like, I was comfortable, until you had to start treating me like you were tourists at a zoo exhibit. An overly happy person. To the point where you think they are either faking it or wonder if they are actually that happy. For me it's the energy. It's hard to be around somebody that is really high energy.